Down in Houston, they go from fire sale to talk of town. Now, obviously, rookie head coach, rookie quarterback. If they were to make the playoffs, it'd be the first time since Andrew Luck and Chuck Pagano did it in 2012. Same division, different city. Houston Texan legend, ladies and gentlemen, C.J. Stroud.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
CJ, great to see you, pal. How's the body feeling? You know, we're in week 14 now. You've come straight out of your college senior year, right into the off-season workouts, right into training camp, right into a full season. Right. How's the body? How do you feel, CJ?
You know, you played in this league before, going all the way back to college, man. Fast forward now, there's been a lot of work put in, so banged up a little bit, but you know, it's part of the league. Everybody's not healthy at this point, and just working through that, but healthy enough to play, which is a blessing.
Yeah, blessing for Houston. Now, granted, you're still in the same division as Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew's cooking, CJ, but not as much as you, okay? Everybody's chit-chatted about how great you've done as a rookie and how, you know, you're an anomaly at this thing. Has there been things that you feel like you've visibly gotten better at through this season? Has there been stuff that has slowed down for you? What is each week like for you at this standpoint that you've seemingly mastered the NFL already?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a blessing to have it look so easy, but this league is very challenging. There's great players every week. It's like the challenges of a defense gets harder and harder every week, it seems like. So it keeps me really honest, and I just really been on a great routine on my body, on top of watching film, on preparation and things like that. So it may look easy, but it's hard at times, and I just every week I try to just get better and better, and I pride myself on not making a mistake twice, and I feel like I've done a decent job of that, and just trying to keep that going, and just really lock into something special that's going on and keep building that.
Every franchise is praying that a C.J. Stroud will show up and do what they did. You've made, hey, you should be very proud of yourself, C.J. Stroud. A lot to accomplish still. A lot to accomplish still. But I think we're still learning stuff about you, which is what we love. Tone Diggs has a question for you.
Yeah, CJ, I mean, obviously all the throws are awesome and everything like that. And we've kind of come accustomed to you making these unbelievable throws and stuff. But it was the first time that I've kind of seen some dude get in your face and push you, and you didn't back down 1 inch. To see, is that because you're comfortable now? Would that have happened earlier in the season, or like how? What's your thoughts on it just altogether?
Yeah, I mean, I really haven't had an opportunity to really stick up for myself here. Like, it's been a lot of respect on both sides of the ball. There's been like a couple little things here and there, but nothing direct. And that situation, I mean, I just felt like clearly the whistle was blown. You can see me trying to retreat and not take a hit or whatever. Usually I'll dirt the ball in that situation, but there was really no one to dirt it to. I should have probably did it anyways because we were in an empty formation. But, I mean, I feel like, yeah, I'm become more comfortable, and I've been able to hold my composure and keep real calm, cool, and collective. But that situation, I just felt like it was necessary. And honestly, I'm glad because I was finna throw the ball at him. But I thank God I didn't do that. Yeah, I would have been a flag on me. But it was 4th and 2. We ended up getting the flag and getting the first, so it kind of worked out. But yeah, it was just something I felt like I needed to stick up for myself. And the coolest thing for me was seeing my brothers having my back. You know, my old linemen, they ran down and they was not playing about me, and I appreciate that a lot because just like they were there for me, I'm always there for them, and I try to be as best as possible. So.
Yeah, you learn a lot about each other in those moments, and the rest of your team learned a lot about you in that moment too. You know, like quarterback, kicker, punter, similar situation. You're not scared to get into a fight. The rest of the locker room's like, did you see?
Yes.
Did you see? That's a big deal. Obviously, I'm not speaking out of pocket here, but like, it feels like you and that Texans organization and team is like the perfect fit. Does it feel that way for you as well at this point?
Yes, sir. Yeah. And the thing that's been so cool with that is it was all natural. You know, it wasn't like me forcing myself upon them forcing themselves upon me. It was just really natural on everything that we built relationship-wise, just trust. You know, I think for me that was something that was really big was coming in and being a leader. But I wanted it to be earned more than given, and you can tell how much that my teammates love me. You can tell how much I love them, and it's been a blessing to be able to grow something special so far. But definitely got to keep it going, and we can really do something special this year, I feel. So that's definitely a first step.
Yeah, if a rookie quarterback, top 2 pick, sticks his face into an outside linebacker's face. Yeah. I'm thinking that's going to be beloved in the locker room. D-Bud has a question for you.
Yeah, CJ, when your teammates and your draft classmate as well, obviously a great win, but a big loss with losing Tank Dell for the rest of the season. Who's going to step up in his absence that maybe the public doesn't know about quite yet?
Yeah, it's actually hard to like really speak about it still. In those type of moments, you want to go back and really just like, dang, the play before that, we should have just did this or did that to not let that happen. And so, man, my prayers are still out with Tank. That's my really probably my best friend on the team, and we hang out all the time. And I've been in constant communication with him, just helping him out, trying to keep his mental right. So, I mean, that's just a sad situation, but part of the game. And I told Nico after the game, I was like, bro, you had a great game. I think he went for 190 or something crazy. And
bananas.
I was like, not only do I think like you need to keep that going, but I think you need to start being a leader and be more vocal. And so I kind of challenged him with that, and man, he was all for it. So Noah, Rob, Metch, I think Metch is going to get more involved, which is going to be great for us. But we have the tools that we need to still be great. And of course, we would still love Tank. He was the forefront of that. But this league is a next man up league, and I definitely have faith in those guys to make plays. And I can't wait to see those guys do that.
You're a rookie. It's hard to the way you talk and the things you say. It's hard to put that into perspective, but like this dude's a rookie right now. Man. And you talking to Nico like, hey, you need to be a bigger leader now. And then we see on the defensive side of the ball with Will and what Stingley has done, feels like there's a youth movement down there in Houston. Do you guys recognize that? And how close of a group are you?
Yeah, for sure. We have our player development guy, Dylan Thompson. We have a rookie development meeting every, I think, was that Monday? And all the rookies, we sitting there and he gives us like a thought of a day, lets us know about the team we're playing from GM, owner, like all these little things. And then he gives us a nugget and he lets some of us talk and things like that. And I remember Will one day, it was after we played the Colts, we were on 2, and Will challenged everybody. And he was like, okay, we might be young. We might not know all the things that are going on in this league. And that's all right. But we're the foundation. And we're going to lead this team. And I definitely think that we were all picked to our organization for a reason. Like every single rookie that we have that is active, inactive, or a practice squad, whatever you want to see, like we all have a sense of leadership. So that was a challenge that he challenged us with early. And I feel like, as you can tell, it's been a young team kind of aura that has lifted this team up. So it's been really cool to see that. And, of course, along with a lot of great vets that we have too. But definitely this team is young, and we're trying to definitely lead the pack as best we can.
Speaking of young first year, go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, CJ, D'Amico, obviously, he is, I think, one of the front runners or in the top 3 for Coach of the Year. And if you look at what he did to the Texans and what you have done for the Texans, they've completely turned the entire building around. How is that relationship on a day-to-day basis? Like, are you going up to him in practice talking shit, or how are we doing about that?
Are you all right?
I honestly don't know what just happened. I'm trying to figure it out while I talk.
Yeah, that's good.
Nah, you're good. Yeah, Meek is a great coach, and him being a defensive coach, we definitely have a good idea of like how we approach each other. And sometimes he gets irritated with me because I'm doing good against his defense, and sometimes I get irritated with him because he's calling zero blitz in a 2-minute drill and in a walkthrough, And, so we have our competitive nature, and I love that about him. Like he's not a coach that's going to shy away from competing. That's for me. That's what I'm happy to really be with a coach that definitely cares about the team, and he understands what it is to be a player. And he played for the Texans, so one of his biggest goals was to get this team back rolling. So I appreciate him and everything he's done. I definitely think he should win Coach of the Year to see how quick this thing has turned around at his leadership.
All right, we'll count you down for a vote towards him for Coach of the Year. Go ahead and write that.
Yep.
CJ votes D'Amico for Coach of the Year. Your word should mean something. You think another thing that I think D'Amico and you and your young crew have, like these close games, you guys win them. Like there's a lot of coming down to the end of the game, need to make a play. You guys do it. Why do you think your group does that? Why do you think you guys in these close games, you just know how to win? What do you think it is about your team down there in Houston?
I think one thing, like you said, it gets harder and harder as the year goes on, especially after Thanksgiving, is those hard wins, those last seconds, 2-minute drills. So Miko has done a great job of putting us in those situations all the way back to OTAs. And we've done a 2-minute drill after practice every day. So and then now since we can't do a full speed, we do 2-minute walkthroughs and just operation, getting in and out of our calls, echoing the call outside. And this week was our defense that was up, and they did a great job of just being resilient, and that's everything that you want
Huge
going
pick.
into these last games.
Huge.
Huge.
So,
Stingley's everywhere. That dude is everywhere,
dog.
feels like.
yeah, no, Sting is. I told him after the game, man, I'm proud of you, bro. Like he's special, man. He's a generational talent. He's definitely like I don't know if I've ever told him this, but he's the most talented dude on the team by far. Like just pure like athleticism, ball skills, getting in and out of breaks, like offense, defense, whatever you want to say. He's the most talented dude on the team, and he's been working his tail off at it. So I'm super proud of that dude. I know it's going to continue to happen. So just really proud of him.
He's floating through the sky there, and then his last one, he goes up, contested another big-time catch.
That's crazy. You hear that about Sting everywhere. You heard the same thing with LSU, that crazy, talented roster, and now hear CJ say that's crazy.
Hey, Sting, wait. Hey, you done good, bub. You done good. People saying really good stuff about you, and Meek's celebrating in a big way. Tone has a question for you about some stuff.
Yeah, CJ. Did I see that you're warming up with a basketball before the game and maybe some other things? A baseball. I don't know if a baseball bat was in there or not.
You're swinging a stick.
What is that for?
Yeah, I'll go back to really college. I started working out in LA with this company called 3D QB, and my trainers are Taylor Kelly, Adam Dudo, and John Beck, and they've done a great job of just putting me in situations or
Home
like
run.
drills.
That was a home run.
Make me
Splash.
to make my body kind of dissociate from my shoulder to my hip, and I've been working on some different movements and stuff, and it's been cool, man. Like the basketball, I really use that. One, because I love basketball. Two, it's the pronation of like flicking your wrist from throwing a football to shooting a basketball is pretty similar, and it helps me just put rotation on the ball. Also, the basketball is a bigger ball, so by the time I touch a football, it's smaller, and I feel like I can throw it harder, faster, farther. And then the baseball swing is just kind of separating my shoulder and my hip, and just that helps the zip on the ball and taking a lot of pressure off my arm. There's a couple other things that I do, but my coach in college, Coach Dell, used to always go to Stephen Curry's like pregame when he played for the Warriors, and my coach for the Niners, and he said his warm up was like an hour long, and just that routine of letting your body know you're about to play a physical game. That's something that I've taken up, and it's been cool to kind of just see it pay off, and it's not easy. So, and for kids, don't try it if you don't know what you're doing, because you might hurt yourself. So it's been cool though to kind of just get the buzz and help people out who want to try it, but be careful.
Yeah, get fully lubricated out there before you do your thing. And when you're swinging that bat, are we hitting dingers there, or are we spraying the field?
We hitting dingers. Yeah, we
Squash the buzz.
It's a golf thing, but I use it as I feel like a football throw is more of like a baseball swing. Like setting your front foot, not overstriding, and rotating your hips. So a lot of it kind of has to do with baseball in a sense too.
Let's talk about your throwing. You had a throw a couple weeks ago that didn't count.
Oh, holy hell.
You know what I'm talking about. Is that the furthest you've ever thrown a football? That was one of the most absurd things I've ever seen. We actually ran the highlight of it the next day. First time we've ever gone, no, this play didn't count. But look at this. That was bananas. That's just in there all the time. That's in there?
Yeah, I feel like I think I can throw it farther, to be honest. I left it.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, it did look short.
Yeah. Kind of floated at the end of it.
65 yards.
Wasn't that far?
Well,
No.
it's a shame that it didn't count because I don't think it was a penalty. But we're 3rd and 20, and they just don't want us to get nothing. So it is what it is. We'll try to make that play happen again. But no, it was pretty cool. But I definitely think I can throw it farther.
Okay, well, can't wait to see that. And you've said on the record so many times that refs have a hard job.
Yep.
You know, they're not going to get it right, and you appreciate them. But you're right, we agree. That was not a penalty. That was bullshit. Ty has a question for you, CJ.
Yeah, CJ, we just had Aaron Rodgers in here, and he was basically saying how, we shouldn't be so quick to either crown a guy or basically say, like, hey, this guy stinks. And he said a lot of times in the NFL, when you're young, like the development from your first year to your second year and then from your second year to your third year is massive, and you might be a completely different guy. But with you this year, when you come in and you just hit the ground running like that, and you've been incredible, like, do you notice your development week over week, like, as the season progresses? Like, is there any time, like, for instance, last week, where, like, you're either reading a defense or you make a throw and you're kind of mentally saying, like, oh, that's something that I wouldn't have necessarily been able to do or wouldn't have seen, like, in the first week of the season, but, like, you can kind of jot down, like, these different benchmarks and, like, progression that you've had because you've been playing so well this year?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel Aaron hit it on the nail. There's a type of progress that you need to see every week. And for me, like I said before, I hate making mistakes twice. So there's a ton of mental bookmarks that I put on defenses, teams, and this is a players-led league, and players make plays. So more than like scheme, of course, scheme is very important. You got to know coverage. You have to know what kind of play you're running against a bad look or a great look. At the same time, you got to know who you're playing against. So I've been just jotting down notes and stuff on how certain players play. Because, I mean, it's really different. Like, you can play an aggressive safety like Jesse Bates one week, and then you can play a conservative safety the next. So there's been a lot of progress. And I think, like, even as a team, you look at when we play the Ravens week 1 to now, we're a completely opposite team. And I just think that's the testament to hard work and not only on the field, but preparation and things like that. So for me, I know this is just the beginning. And I've said this before. And they'll hate me this. I mean, they'll love me this week, but they'll hate me the next. And that's one of the realest things ever.
Yeah,
Always.
We love you,
y'all
CJ.
do,
No matter what.
but
Yeah,
the world
y'all
will turn
do.
their back quick. So I understand that. And for me, that's not what I do it for. I do it for the glory of God and to see my teammates happy and smile, and for the Texans fans, because it means more, and I can't wait to see the progression keep going and to get better and better in year 2, year 3, year 4. And it's a lot of exciting things that are going to come.
Hey, let's fill up that stadium.
Yeah.
That's right.
Let's fill up that stadium, CJ. You know, hey, you don't know this because you were probably in junior high at the time. But whenever J.J. Watt, who might be playing for you guys again this year, it sounds like, the way he's been talking on our show, when J.J. and them were rolling down there, that stadium was the loudest in the entire league. I mean, the Texans fans, in my eyes, are some of the best in the NFL whenever they got it with you guys. I'm excited to see the train that this entire thing becomes. And I think the more I hear you talk, the more I think of like how perfect of a front man you are for a team and an organization. And then we learned about your cause, your cleats this weekend, which is another massive piece, I think, to your entire story. We're lucky to learn about you, CJ. That's just the NFL world is very lucky for you. The football world as a whole is lucky for you. And I know that the prison reform is a massive thing in your life because of what has happened to your father. Just keep going, dude. You know what I mean? We appreciate the hell out of you. We genuinely do. You need to hear
appreciate that. Thank
you
you,
need to hear
man.
that from us. You need to hear that from us for real.
Thank you, man. That means a lot. I appreciate that.
Yeah, now granted, Colts 2 times a year.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, 17-game season. Maybe these NBA guys,
Yeah.
15.
they're taking 12 games off.
That couple.
For the good of your career, I want to see you play 20, 30 years.
Exactly. To the playoffs.
2 games off each year against the Colts. Look at us.
Play till you're 50.
What are you thinking?
You're
Not happening. Not happening. I'm playing against the Colts. They're a great team, though, man. They're doing a lot of special things. I like Shane. He's a good coach. I met him throughout the combine and everything. He's a great coach, and I think Gardner's playing really good football. So that's a matchup waiting to happen. But it's some weeks ahead, so we'll see.
All right. Even whenever you say something like that, it's the right thing.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate the hell out of you. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, quarterback for the Houston Texans. Probably rookie of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, CJ Stroud.
Yeah.